For more insight into the toy industry ahead of Christmas, we're joined now by Jackie Breyer, editorial director of the Toy Insider. Jackie, welcome to the show. Thanks so much for joining us. First,
Hi.
How has COVID affected the state of the toy industry, from toy makers to the toy retailers?
You know, it's been a really interesting year. It's been really a roller coaster ride for the toy industry. Earlier this year, right from the get-go, January, February, when factories in China had to shut down early, the US was very concerned. Were products going to be delivered in time for spring, summer, and really for the fall? They did get up and running, slow at first, and then we began to see sales actually really start rising in the toy industry in the spring. Consumers were looking to buy games and puzzles, things to keep the family occupied during lockdown. Um, the one thing though is that it was all product that was already at retail. So new products were still not coming in, but they were selling through what they had at retail. When products did start coming in, and especially as the weather got warmer, we saw total sellouts in the outdoor and active kind of outdoor play categories for all the families who weren't traveling, no vacations. So that sector did amazing in the spring, summer. And then as we moved into fall, worries about log jams at the ports. Were toys going to get in, get to the stores in time? For the most part, they have. There are still some log jams in the West Coast ports, but things are looking okay. If you actually visit retail, you'll see, even at the major retailers like Target and Walmart, pretty well stocked shelves in the toy aisle. Meanwhile, online products were sold out early. So it's very clear that consumers were shopping online, probably in abundance of caution, amidst the pandemic, trying to avoid going out to the stores, and also just the year-over-year growth of people choosing to shop online for convenience. And, I think that's really the combination of what's happening.
Do you think some of these changes that we've seen as a result of the pandemic will be permanent?
I do, to a certain degree. I think obviously the digital online sales will continue to grow whether there was a pandemic or not. Consumers are finding the convenience, and it's just become so easy for consumers to shop using an app and have products show up even the same day. And with stores that are, the big box stores, they can get their groceries, they can get their toys, they can get all their household needs in hours. So I do think that will continue. And even, older consumers who may have been hesitant to try online shopping and digital shopping in the lockdown have been especially cautious because they're more likely to be affected, and have adapted. So I think we're seeing all generations leaning toward online shopping, and maybe retail shelves don't need to be so stocked. Stores may begin to shrink their in-store presence and continue to expand online.
There is something to be said about looking around, not knowing what you're shopping for, looking at those stock shelves and picking something, but that obviously has been put on a hold. What are some tips for holiday toy shopping during the pandemic?
If it's safe for you to do so, I know it's different all over the US even. If it's safe to go to the store and you can go and shop the shelves, that's where you're going to find a lot of stock. Even if things weren't sold out online right now, it's getting very close to Christmas, so shipping can be a real challenge. The USPS in particular is having a lot of they have a lot to ship right now, and they're getting really backed up, and we're seeing products that were supposed to arrive on time for the holidays getting delayed, no longer going to arrive in time for Christmas. So, we're seeing some issues there. So I would recommend, if you can go to the store, do it. But there's other safe options as well. You can order online and then pick up, even right in front of the store. You drive up and they bring it out and they put it in your trunk. So it's still safe and you're still getting the stock that you need.
Jackie, very briefly, any must-have toys?
Yeah, one of my favorites is called Squeaky. It's a plastic balloon dog from Moose Toys, and it looks just like a balloon dog. but it's very interactive. It's really cute, and that's one of the biggest sellout toys we're seeing this year. But I would say overall, games and puzzles are really big this year. Always a safe bet. Families are still looking for ways to, and especially now that you can't really go outside in the northern parts of the country, to be able to spend time together and keep it fun, and that family time's really important. So that's a safe bet. And also, really any kind of classics like Hot Wheels, Barbie, Star Wars is huge, especially the child, the Baby Yoda products. So those are kind of what we're seeing right now.
Jackie Breyer, Executive Editorial Director at the Toy Insider, thank you so much for joining us.